This is All Access MMA.
My next guest is going to be taking on Ion Cutelaba coming up here at UFC Fight Night on September 18th. It's the Brown Bear, Devin Clark, back here on the program. Devin, how's it going?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on again.
Of course, it's great to see you back in action. I know you were supposed to fight back in May, but had an injury. What was it that took you out of that fight, the initial fight that was booked?
Actually had COVID.
You did have COVID. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, no injury, but somebody reported injury. So yeah, but it was definitely COVID, and so I ended up just having to cancel the fight. It kind of sucked, but
it's crazy.
Yeah.
How did COVID affect you? It obviously affects everyone differently. Was it like a long recovery, or how was it for you?
It wasn't too bad. I think it was about 2.5 weeks to fully recover. And I have asthma, so it affected me a little bit differently. It was mostly in my chest and kind of just like chest pains and stuff like that and irregular breathing. But back to normal now and back to training hard. So I've been training hard now for at least a few months, after the COVID. So, and it's going good. Everything's good so far. And I'm vaccinated, so hopefully that works.
Yeah, absolutely. So does it kind of feel like an extra long training camp with like a little break in there because of the COVID? Because I know obviously, you haven't fought since November, I think officially is your last time, right?
Yeah, it's just kind of a long camp, but I was back home and now I'm in Albuquerque at Jackson Wink MMA, doing about 5 weeks here. And, but I was back home, so I was still enjoying myself and it wasn't quite like camp, but was able to get at least 2 sessions in a day and still stay focused and the mind on the fighting. So
when were you actually able to get back to training? Because I know with COVID, you got to be a little bit careful, especially with, not infecting other people. I know you did the 2 weeks, but was it more than that, or how long did it take you to get back in?
So I think it was about 3 weeks because I did the 2 weeks and I had to quarantine. I was here in Albuquerque training, so I had to quarantine before I went home. So I was clear before I ever got back home. And then I gave it about another week or so. Then got back to doing my strength and conditioning. And I think another week or two after that, I started doing skill work. So
there you go. Last fight, like I mentioned, it's been a bit. Anthony Smith, I know not the result you wanted. What did you take away the most from that performance that you're bringing into this fight?
Just that I need to stay focused. And as long as I stay focused, I'll be all right. There was a lot going on around that fight, around that time. So I was definitely unfocused and just kind of was simple-minded when I got into the cage and didn't really think about the whole situation and everything that was going on and all of his tools. And I was really just wanting to, just get in a brawl. And Anthony had a good game plan and he knew I wanted to brawl. And so he took me down instead. And just now on, I got to be careful of the different cues that I'm giving off and the different vibes that I'm giving off and kind of play into the game a little bit more and try to make it the way I want to and not maybe give up as much information or how I'm going to come out and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, there you go. Let's talk about Cutelaba, 15-6-1 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I think it's a really good matchup for me. I don't really like the guy. In my mind, he's kind of a bully. Just because of his pre-fight antics or pre-weigh-in antics, I should say, and I really don't like bullies. So it's really easy for me to get up for a fight like this, having to fight somebody that acts like that, and you can call it disrespectful or whatever you want. I don't know. I just call it being a bully because he's insecure. I feel good about it though, and I really don't like him too much, so that should help.
I can tell, and that makes a more interesting fight, in my opinion. Is that something you mentally have prepared for, leading into the fight, just the build-up and the stare-downs and all that? Because, obviously, I'm trying to remember. I don't think you've really had an opponent that's done that to you, at least not recently.
The last time I had an opponent act like that, or just he was, just a dick in that manner. It was when I was amateur yet, so I haven't seen that everybody so far in the UFC. I just can't get mad at him. I'm a pretty nice guy, and I just can't. I can't make it up for myself and act like there's something going on and there's not. But with this, though, it's a little different because I have seen what he does, and it's just not my taste. So now I can do that shit to him and feel good about it and morally sound about it.
Very well said. Training partners, who you mainly getting to work with for this camp?
It'll be quite a bit different guys. We have a lot of guys at the gym right now, but of course a little bit Jon Jones, Christian Edwards from Bellator, Davion Franklin from Bellator, and a few other guys. So it'll be definitely a good camp. A lot of big guys down here, so that's good. And we got some medium guys as well. But yeah, tough camp. And it's going to be good.
How's Jon looking in the gym? I mean, it's unfortunate what's going on with the contract negotiations and all that, but I know he's been bulking up to heavyweight. How, someone who's trained with him over the years, how's Jon looking in the gym, and how's it getting to work with him?
He's looking scary. I saw him the other day for the first time in some months, and like, damn, okay, he's taking it serious, going to heavyweight, doing it the right way, and he's changing. He's changing into that heavyweight. He's morphing. But he's looking really good, staying on top of everything. So, yeah, it'll be exciting to see what he can do in the heavyweight and coming up once he gets, once they figure all that out.
You've trained with heavyweights, and you've seen sort of the division and how it's unfolding now. It's definitely a different division than it was even a year ago. You've got Francis at the top. You've got Cyril Gahn now, the interim champ. Stipe is still there. I mean, he just lost one fight. How do you think Jon will do? Because you've trained with him a lot, and he was dominant at light heavyweight, and now he's moving up a weight class.
I think he'll do great, and I think a lot of people know that he will too. Just the skill set that he has, the mentality that he has in the cage. He knows how to adjust really well, and that's one thing that'll carry over into heavyweight. I'm sure of, and a lot of heavyweight guys can't handle that, So I think he'll do really good.
How's your weight cut going ahead of this fight? I don't know if you lost any weight during COVID. I know some people have.
I gained weight during COVID.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it, like. Oh, sorry.
No, you can swear. It's okay. I'm Canadian, but it's all right. You can swear.
All right. But no, weight's good. I'm coming in at like around 230 right now, so a little bit lighter than usual, actually. Usually I'm closer to 240 at this point and have the big weight cut, but 230, and it's coming down pretty quick. So, and with having all the COVID and stuff like that, and not having a fight, I was able to get back to training right away. And I was able to stay consistent, without injuries and stuff like that. So I was able to stay consistent and train every day and train twice a day. And I gained a little bit of muscle, a lot of mobility, and just my body's working really good right now, finely tuned. And it's usually not the case at the beginning of camp. So, it'll be a good, I'll have good preparation here, and the fight's going to be a breeze.
How's this fight playing out on September 18th?
Well, I was talking to my coach earlier, and we really just want to hurt Cutelaba. It sounds a little messed up, but that is a sport, and I do have intentions to hurt him. So that's kind of the game plan as of right now. Obviously, we have other stuff, but that's the gist of it. Make sure I hurt him and finish the fight, get the W, of course. But yeah, we definitely want to hurt him, prove a point, and hopefully get. I'm trying to break the top 15 and try to climb the ladder here, and hopefully I'm going to be able to prove in this fight that I'm newly focused and ready to go and ready to take on these big time fights and win these big fights. I've had a lot of big fights, but I haven't won them. There's a lot of guys that have beat me. They're a lot of the top 5 right now. So, including Jan Blachowicz, the champion. And I don't forget that stuff. And it's really, it hurts that I am where I am, because I really want those wins. I knew I could win those fights, but just didn't quite have the focus at the time, that night, whatever you want to call it. But hopefully I've found that newfound focus and ready to go.
We're looking forward to it, man. UFC Fight Night, September 18th. Devin, always appreciate the time, man. Anyone you want to thank? Any sponsors? Any social media? I'll give you the last word.
I just want to thank all the fans, anybody that supports me. I appreciate it. And soon enough, we're going to go on a run here and get that belt. So, yeah, thank you.